Hi children, good morning to everyone. Here, welcome to E-class, right? So, in the previous chapter, we discussed about the air. That is one of the most important natural resource for us, because without air, we can't live. Without air, we can't survive our lives on the earth. Means without breath, means the air is the main most important use is we need to take breath, right? So for that reason, air is the most important natural resource for us. And one more thing here, all the living things need air on the earth, right? And here, without air, we can't survive our lives, and we can't even half an hour, 10 minutes, even 5 minutes also, we can't live on the earth without air. Okay, means each and every second we need to take breath, right? So all our surroundings are surrounded by the air blanket. Okay, so in that chapter we discussed the composition of the gases and the layers of the atmosphere, different layers of the atmosphere, right? So we discussed all about that in the previous chapter. So today also we are going to discuss about one important thing, okay, one interesting topic. Okay, for that I would like to ask you some questions. Okay, suppose for example on a sunny day you are walking, you went to somewhere, some shop, and again by walking only you come back to your house. So immediately what will you do? Yes, you will drink some water, right? Because whenever we are going outside on a sunny day, immediately we will feel thirsty, right? Our lips will become dry, and we need some water to drink. Okay, means here the water is the most important thing for us. Okay, without water, can you imagine your life? 1 hour, 2 hours, at least one day? No, because without water also we can't survive our lives. Even all the human beings, all the living things on the earth need water for their survival. Okay, means here don't do this kind of experiments without 1 hour, without 2 hours, right? So we should not do that kind of things, but we need. And even one more thing I want to tell you, in summer, whenever summer starts from the month of January, December onwards, in our school also, principal will tell in the assembly, okay, children, all of you take sufficient water for every 1 hour. And from that day onwards, PT sirs and PT madam also will give whistles for every 1 hour, because that is the indication you have to drink some water, right? So if you don't drink water, your body will dehydrate. Okay, that will be danger for your life, right? So compulsory we have to drink water, and compulsory we need water for our life, and compulsory water is very essential part for our survival. Not only for our survival, all the living things on the earth, right? So we can't imagine the life without water. Even not only for drinking, for our domestic purposes, for everything. We want to clean our clothes, we want to clean our house, we want to cook for us food, right? And for everything, taking bath. Okay, for everything, for all our domestic purposes also we need water. And at the same time, and so many factories and companies also, without water they can't run, right? And we need to grow our crops. For that also water is an essential element, right? So like that, water is the most important factor for us. So today we are going to discuss about water, and that is also one of the major natural resource for us. Okay, so today's our topic is about water. Okay, in that we are discussing about the module 1. Okay, so in this water, actually water is the indispensable source on the earth, right? Means renewable resource. Okay, we have so many natural resources: air, water, land, right? Forests, right? And means all these are the natural resources, and all these are the renewable resources. Okay, we have two types of natural resources. One is renewable and the second one is non-renewable, right? So in that, water comes under the renewable resource. Okay, so today we are going to discuss about the water. Actually, Earth is called a blue planet. Why Earth is called blue planet? Because 71% of the land is consists of water. Okay, and the remaining 29% will be land. So that 71% of the water is considered as hydrosphere. Okay, so here hydrosphere means water. Already we learned domains of the earth: lithosphere, hydrosphere, right? Atmosphere, biosphere, right? We learned in the first lesson only. Okay, so in that hydrosphere consists of water. Here this water means on the earth we can see the water and in all its forms. What are its forms? Ice means solid, right? And water vapor means gas, and next liquid means water. These are the three forms of the water. Okay, and we will get in these three forms on the earth. So in that way here water is very important source for us and for all the non-living for all the living things on the earth, right? So like that here on the earth we are using for everything water, not only for drinking, for everything, for our factories, for our companies, for our plants, for our crops, for our animals, right? For everything, for our constructions, right? For everything we are using water in different forms, different places, different areas, right? So in that the first subtopic is the water cycle. Actually by the name itself we can understand. Okay, water cycle. Cycle means it's a continuous process, right? We know already. Okay, so in that here water cycle. Okay, so in this water cycle, what are the main important process? What is water cycle basically? Actually, well, on the earth water, it changes its forms. Okay, means from water vapor to ice, ice to water, water to water vapor to ice, ice to water vapor, like that. Like this the cycle will continuously running. Okay, that process is considered as the water cycle. Okay, in that process we have different stages. In that the first one is evaporation, the second one is condensation, and the third one is precipitation. Okay, in previous lesson also we discussed what is evaporation, what is condensation, what is precipitation, right? So the same way here also water vapor. Okay, mostly from the seas and oceans 80% of the water will go to the up in the form of water vapor. Okay, water will evaporate and will goes to up, right? And after that it will condenses, means it will become clouds, and next it will fall onto the earth surface in the form of precipitation, that is called as rain. Okay, so this is the process of the water cycle. It will continuously running on the earth. Okay, so means for everywhere, normally in the evaporation only I said 80% of the water vapor will be from oceans, salts, and remaining will be from normal rivers, inland waterways, right? Vegetation. From that it will go 20% of the water vapor, right? And like that it will evaporate and goes up, and after that there it will become clouds, that is in the form of condensation. Okay, and next it will come again to the earth in the fall of rain, that is called as precipitation. Okay, this is the process of the water cycle. Okay, and next coming to distribution of the water. Okay, here in the distribution of water, here we have two categories: fresh water and salt water. Fresh water only 3% we have on the earth, and coming to the salt water means that is ocean water. Okay, so that ocean water is 97% we have on the earth. Means here fresh water source is very limited. By seeing itself we can identify 3%, 97%. right? There is a lot of difference between the fresh water and ocean water. Okay, so by seeing itself we can identify that is freshwater source is very limited. Okay, means we need to use in a careful manner, right? So in this I would like to show you some slides. Okay, children, here you can see the picture of water cycle. In that clearly we can identify with that arrow marks, right? The first one, evaporation. Because of sun the water is evaporating and this is going up, and next condensation, it becoming clouds, and next precipitation in the form of rain, it is falling down to the earth, right? And here you can identify easily what is the water cycle and what are the steps involved in the water cycle here, right? And next coming to distribution of water. Distribution of water cycle, actually here see the children, different water bodies percentages here we are giving. We all know that 3/4 of the earth's surface is covered by water. If there is more water than land on this earth, is all the water on earth available to us? So see the following table once, right? So here coming to the oceans, 97.3% saline water, and ice caps 0 to 0.0, groundwater 0.68%, freshwater lakes 0.009%, and inland seas and salt lakes 0.009%, atmosphere 0.0019%, rivers 0.0001%. These are the freshwater sources, and the oceans are the 97.3. The first one, that is the saline water, right? Ocean water, that is. So this is the distribution of the water. So while seeing itself we can identify how the freshwater sources are limited and how much space was occupied by the ocean's waters, right? And next coming to fresh water. These are the sources of fresh water actually. The first picture you can see the river, and next coming to the pond, and next surface water, and next underground water, and next here groundwater and water tables. Okay, here Earth's surface at any given place is called the water table. Okay, and some water gets collected beneath the Earth's surface through the seepage. This is called underground water, right? The water which is found in ponds, lakes, rivers and streams is called surface water. And next coming to aquifers. Aquifers are the here we can see aquifers situated below the water table are a rich source of fresh water. Aquifers are water bearing layers of rock under the ground. And next coming to ocean waters. Here you can see the ocean, children, and in this oceans form the major part of the hydrosphere that you already know. You learned last year about the 7 major oceans, right? So the oceans are huge water bodies that support marine life. All the oceans are interconnected. Marine routes are natural routes. They help international trade. Okay, and while fresh waters contain very little dissolved salts, ocean waters contain a large amount of it. Salt water make up 3.5% of the ocean. It is important to know how the salts reach the ocean. These are the ocean waters. Okay, children? So children, I hope you understand the topic, right? Here once I will give you recap. Okay? So our topic is about water. You know already how important water is for us, right? So in that way here, coming to the water we will get in all its forms on the earth. Okay, liquid, solid and gas. Liquid means water, solid means ice, and coming to the gas means water vapor. Okay, so based on that here, earth is covered, 71% of the earth covered with the water, that is called hydrosphere, and remaining 21% is considered land, consists of land, right? So in that way here, the water is the continuous process, like water cycle. Okay, in that water cycle, we have three stages, three major steps involved in the water cycle. Okay, those are evaporation, condensation, and precipitation. In that evaporation, water will goes up from the seas. Mostly 80% of the water vapor taken by the oceans. Okay, from that oceans, water will become water vapor and it will goes up, and there it will become clouds. That process is considered as the condensation. Okay, and next from there to down, it will fall in the form of rain. That is called as precipitation. Okay, already we learned condensation also, we have different forms, right? Mist, frost, fog, right? Clouds. And next coming to the precipitation also, we have different forms, snow, hailstones, rain, right? So these are the different forms of precipitation. So these, based on these three major steps, water cycle will run. Means again it will goes up and it will become clouds, and again it will come in the form of rain to the earth's surface, and again that water will become into water vapor and it goes up, right? So this is the continuous process. Okay, so it is ever running process on the earth's surface, right? So that is called as water cycle. And next coming to the distribution of water. Here we have distribution of water, we have two types of categories, right? One is fresh water and the second one is ocean water, that is salt water. Okay, in that fresh water we have only 3% of the water is fresh water, and next remaining salt water is 97%, that is ocean water. Okay, so in this fresh water also we learned different things, right? Only 3% of the fresh water we have on the earth, very limited source. And in that ground level water, how ground level water will be, and surface water means in rivers, ponds, lakes, right? We will get that surface water. And next water table and aquifers, right? And next coming to the ocean water. Ocean water we know already, 97% of the salt water will be from oceans, right? And this water is more salty, and at the same time from this only 80% of the water vapor will go up in the water cycle. Okay, and we have already in the previous class we learned about the oceans. We have 5 major oceans, right? So based on that here, oceans are covered with the 90%, 97%. Okay, so this is about the topic. Children, I hope you understand, right? Today's your task is collect the information about the 5 major oceans. Okay, children, we'll meet you in the next module.